let's meet the starting lineups for this 1A championship game. And a guard for Anawan, the 5'10 senior. 2, Brendan Shaw. And a guard for Oakville, the 5'10 senior. 3, Peyton Harvey. Another guard for the Braves, a 6'3 senior. 3, Jacob Wolf. Another guard for the Rockets, 6'2 senior. 5, Caleb Frederking. The third guard for Anawan, a 6'3 senior. 13, Owen Landwehr. The third guard for Oakville, a 5'8 junior. 14, Wyatt Crony. And a forward for the Braves, a 6'3 senior. 1, Ben Baresh. And a forward for the Rockets, a 6'3 junior. 10, Will Auble. And the other forward for Anawan, a 6'2 senior. 4, Dante Weathersby. And the other forward for Oakville, a 6'7 senior. 20, Luke Hensler.
There you have our start.
And now let's meet the starting lineups for this championship contest. At a guard for Winnebago, a 5'10 senior. 22, Kenzel Jones. And a guard for Chicago Or, a 5'11 senior. 5, Brian Hernandez. Another guard for the Indians, a 6'2 senior. 43, Ty Waller. Another guard for the Spartans, a 5'8 senior. 10, Chase Adams. At center for Winnebago, a 6'9 senior. 52, Andrew Morrissey. And a forward for Chicago Or, a 6'6 senior. 0, Tyrone Mosley. And a forward for the Indians, a 6'1 sophomore. 3, Cole Seeger. Another forward for the Spartans, a 6'5 senior. 23, Danny Smith. The other forward for Winnebago, a 6'1 junior. 42, T.C. Williams. And the third forward for Chicago Or, the 6'5 senior. 25, Raekwon Drake. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for this championship game. At a guard for Morgan Park, a 6'4 senior. 11, Ayo Osunmo. And a guard for Springfield Southeast, a 6-foot junior. 4, Terrion Murdix. Another guard for the Mustangs, a 5'10 sophomore. 22, Marcus Watson. Another guard for the Spartans, a 5'11 senior. 11, Kobe Medley. The third guard for Morgan Park, a 6'1 senior. 23, Kenyon Dooley. The third guard for Southeast, a 5'11 junior. 32, Stefan Sims. The fourth guard for the Mustangs, a 6'4 sophomore. 44, Adam Miller. For the Spartans, a 6'7 junior. 34, Michael Tyler. And a forward for Morgan Park, a 6'6 senior. 3, Cam Burrell. And a forward for Springfield Southeast, a 6'3 junior. 21, Anthony Fairley. Head coach in 10 years at Morgan Park, Nick. And now let's meet the starting lineups for this 4A championship game. At a guard for Belleville West, a 5'11 junior, 10, Lawrence Brazil III. At a guard for Whitney Young, a 6'3 senior, 0, Javon Freeman. Another guard for Maroons, 6'3 senior, 11, Malachi Smith. Another guard for the Dolphins, a 6'3 junior, 2, Miles Baker. The third guard for Belleville West, a 5'11 senior, 23, Curtis Williams. The third guard for Chicago, Whitney Young, a 6'4 senior, 5, Justin Boyd. And a forward for the Maroons, a 6'5 junior, 22, Keith Randolph Jr. The point guard for the Dolphins, a 6'2 senior, 13, Xavier Castaneda. Another forward for Belleville West, a 6'7 junior, 32, E.J. Liddell. The center for Whitney Young, a 6'6 senior, 15, Jake Kozakowski.
The defending state champions hail from